Hi guys, my name is Brittni Geeves and I'm here with the Beginning Boutique fam. We're just doing a festival kind of grunge glitter inspired look for you guys today. So with the outfit, what we wanted to do is pair it with the 9.0 swim top and the harness. So we've kind of gone through and accessorized it with the cross earrings and the cross hair rings as well, just to kind of tie in the grunge with the outfit. And then obviously we've used the Beginning Boutique festival gems, which they have so many on offer, but we wanted to make it pretty much a statement piece for this one, so we've gone through and used this. If you guys want to stay tuned and see how we created this look, then keep on watching. So before any festival, I always start off with fake tanning. I am super pale, so I always start off with the ultra dark in Loving Tan. And then I always do that the night before, so it's all fresh for the next day. Or you guys can do it 2 nights before and the next day kind of develops, so the day after it's perfect. So I've already started my eyebrows and now I'm going to prime my face with the Hourglass primer. This is the Veil primer and it makes your skin feel super soft and pretty much like velvet. So I'm just going to whack that all over my skin. If you guys have a super dry skin like me, it's perfect. So the reason why we prime our skin is because you want to form a barrier between your natural oils and the makeup. So when you don't prime your skin, pretty much the makeup will always, you know, seep into your skin and comes off a lot easier, whereas this is like a barrier and just makes it super smooth and soft. So next I'm going to carve out my eyebrows with the Custard in Medium 1. This is from NARS. This is the creamy concealer. I think this is the best coverage. I have quite a few freckles and some like veins and stuff like that, so this is really good for my skin as it is full coverage. So I'm just going to carve out my eyebrows just underneath just to give it a really crisp line. I'm just going to use a flat brush just to carve this out completely. With this look, you won't really be getting too much fallout in terms of using the eyeshadows that I'm going to be doing today. So you can put your foundation on first if you like, but I find that this just gives it a really crisp look under the eyebrow first, if I do it first. And then I just use my finger to pat that all down. My nasty tanning fingers that I never do properly. I'm pretty sure you guys can relate because it's just so difficult to get that so even. I don't even know. Next I'm taking the Rimmel Match Perfection translucent powder just to set over my eyelid so all of the eyeshadows transition really nicely and smoothly. You can use pretty much any brush you want for this. I always just use kind of like a domy brush just to pack it on, and I just use the tip like this. Excuse my dirty eyeshadow palette. I use it so much for festivals. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. So the first shade I'm going to be using is the Burnt Orange for the transition shade, so that's just this one right here. So with festivals, I always kind of just pack on the colour. You can be as eccentric with colour as you want because we're at a festival, and also later on we're going to be putting a lot of glitter and gems all around your eyes, so you kind of want it to stand out as much as the glitter and face gems. So I'm just going in with a fluffy brush and just putting that all into my crease and blending it all the way up to my eyebrow. This will change for people who have like a bigger space in between their eyebrow and their eyelid, but for me it's not really too much of a big space, so I can kind of blend it all the way up. And don't worry if it's kind of going on your eyelid, that's what we want. Next I'm going to be taking this deeper orange shade through the crease. Just to deepen it up a little bit, I'm taking it on the same fluffy brush and just focusing it on my outer eyelid and then bringing it back into the crease. I think orange tones are so nice. I think they suit every eye colour. That's why it's a pretty safe colour to use for festivals if you guys are unsure with what goes with glitter and face gems. I think one of the most fun parts about a festival is actually getting ready for the festival. It's so cool to create different looks. So next I'm going to be taking Red Ochre, which is this shade right here. I'm going to be putting it in the outer eyelid and the crease again just to warm it up even more. So I just kind of want to build on it before I take it in straight with the brown, just because it will be too harsh then. So I'm just going to be taking a more of a flat tapered brush for this part here, just to add a little bit more precision. And then just slightly blending it up in the outer corner. All the motions are more rounded, just to keep it all blended and smooth. So next I'm going to be taking this deeper brown shade up the top here. So I'm just going to be directing that into the crease as well, just to really emphasize the shape of my eye. So this brush here is a little bit more angled in the top, just so it's really getting into the crevice of my eye. And then just slightly blending that in the outer part of my eye as well. Now I'm just taking a fluffy brush just to blend it all out together so it's all seamless and smooth. I'm just going to be blending that up towards my eyebrow a little bit more, just because I want it to be pretty dramatic, because why not? Because we can. So I'm going to come back to the eyes, and now I'm going to go onto foundation. So the foundation that I always use is by NARS. This is in the shade Barcelona. It is quite dark, but I like to kind of lighten it out with the under eye concealer. But I like my face to look quite tanned, so it kind of matches my body tan. So I'm just using a flat brush for this. This is the most satisfying part. It literally changes the complexion of your skin, literally. And just buffing it in circular motions. And I like to get the top of my lips as well, just because when I later on put any lip liner or anything on there, it's just a plain colour and it doesn't alter the colour underneath, and it doesn't alter the colour over the top. Just blending that down to my neck as well. Don't miss out on your neck, and make sure you get closer to your hairline, otherwise people are going to see that. So make sure you guys blend it all down your neck and right up to your hairline, especially if you're naturally pale like me. It does seep through on the hairline, so just make sure you kind of blend it up just softly. Even I sometimes just get my hair because I don't really want it to show through. And also your ears as well. Make sure you get your ears. Not completely, but just a little bit. Now I'm going back in with the same concealer and just concealing all under my eyes. I have a bit of discoloration in through just these parts here, so I find that this is the best concealer that really cancels out any of those imperfections. And I kind of just put it in a upside down triangle kind of shape through here. For me, I only use my finger to blend out my concealer. Some of you guys are probably going to think that is not cool to do, but that's the best thing for me, just because I don't want much product transferred onto the brush, so when I set my under eye it just is a little bit more packed on. So I just use my ring finger to kind of press it into my skin and just lightly blend it out like that. And then you guys can go back in with your foundation brush if you want, just to minimize that line there. And then I go back in with my setting powder. I always keep it translucent just because I find it is the most flattering. Sometimes if you're using colour, it can just be a little bit more cakey, whereas I find this is just a little bit more softer and doesn't alter the colour under your eyes through here. So I just tap that all under my eyes and just press it into the skin. And then I just slightly press the rest of the remaining powder just all over my face. I just keep it pretty minimal for this part. So now I'm going back and finishing the eyes. So I'm going to use burnt orange for the under eye part and then slowly build it up with darker colours. So I'm just using a fluffy brush just to kind of match how we did the crease in the beginning. If you want, you guys literally can blend it all the way back to your hairline just to create more of an eccentric festival look. So it's completely up to you. I really think there's no wrong with how crazy you guys want to take these colours for your eyes. I think more the better, for sure. And then I just blend that into the top. Now going back in with this brush, it just gives you a little bit more precision. I'm just going to be using Antique Bronze, which is this colour right here, just to put closer to the waterline. I want this to be pretty smoky and as dramatic as I can. Next I'm going to be taking the darker brown tone right in the waterline and just smoke it out. I'm not going fully into the inner corner through here, I'm just kind of keeping it halfway and out. So right now it looks pretty funny because the look isn't complete yet, but just wait, it does look awesome when we get to the end. And then for the top half, I always put a little bit of the warmer brown shade in through the top here, just to kind of give my waterline on top a little bit of dimension. So you guys can use dark black eyeliner for that part, but sometimes I just like to keep it a little bit more on the browner tone. Once I've blended the bottom liner out, sometimes it goes on your eyeball like I just want to mine, so don't worry about that, your eye's not going to get infected. And then on top I just kind of did the same for the outer half on the waterline on top. And try not to worry too much if there's like a little bit of fallout in through here. It's going to be covered up with all glitter and face gem soon anyway. Next I'm going in for the eyelashes. So I use the Maybelline Colossal Volume. I use 9 times the volume. You guys can use kind of any mascara that you want or however you like your eyelashes, because we're going to use fake eyelashes afterwards anyways. So I'm just coating my eyelashes. If you have naturally really big eyelashes, don't even worry about putting false eyelashes on. For a festival you want to be pretty comfortable, but if you can get away with not wearing false eyelashes, then do it. Coat your bottom ones as well, and then I'm just going to wait for that to dry, and then we'll put on some false eyelashes. So as I'm waiting for my eyelashes to dry, I'm going to be taking the Gold Deposit in MAC just to kind of golden up my face. I just use a big fluffy brush for this. Something that's just like really light and fluffy, just so you're not really getting any harsh lines as you're putting it on. So I kind of just put it all over my cheeks through here and just like blend it up through like my temples slightly, and then under my chin to give it some kind of dimension. I don't really contour much for my festival looks. If you guys want to, you guys can, but I don't really need to. So now I'm taking the Ardell Wispies. I keep them in this little case right here. You guys can get this on eBay. It's really, really cheap, or you can go to Daiso. So I keep them in there, and then you can use really thick lashes. I swap and change all the time. It just depends on what kind of mood I'm in. But for this look, I really want my eyeshadow to be seen on top, so I'm just going to be taking more of a kind of thinner strand eyelash. I just used the duo glue as well. I find that this is the strongest glue. I have tried many before, but this one is definitely the winner. You can get this from Priceline or online. So next I'm going to be taking the Maybelline Eye Studio Waterproof Eyeliner. So this is going to be put all throughout my waterline, and since we've already done the browner shade closer to the waterline, it's just going to blend really nicely. You guys can do these steps like one or the other, but I find that it just like blends a lot nicer and a lot easier this way. So for this part I just kind of pull down my eye here and just spread that all through the waterline, and then I just bring it to the top through here. I have to pull my lashes back for this part. You guys can do it however you want. It's always like a little bit awkward, but I mean, a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do, right? You guys just do this accordingly to your eye shape. Not everyone has the same eye shape, so this is just what works best for me. If you guys have similar eyes for me, it'll be easier for you guys to create this look, but if you have different eye shapes, then just create it accordingly to how you would wear it. The reason that I use waterproof eyeliner as well is because when you're out in the hot all day and you're sweating and stuff like that, you don't want it to move or budge or whatsoever. And this just gives it more of like an intensity. It's a lot nicer this way, and it brings out the whites in your eyes as well. So now I just let them set for about a minute, and then I'm just going to pop them on. I'm really awkward, so it comes like really into place really quickly sometimes, and then other times I'm just like hopeless. So you guys can use tweezers or whatever you think that will be easier for you. So just put them in the outer corner first, and the glue is all clear, so if you get it on your eyelid, don't worry too much. And then I just press my lashes together with the fake lashes and just hold it in the inner corner for a little while, just because that is the most prominent to actually stand up or peel off. So once my eyelashes are on, I'm going to go back through and create a line with my eyeliner on top and connect it into the inner corner of my eye. So you can use any angled brush for this, just whatever's easiest for you guys. So normally I just kind of like pull my eye to the side like this and just form a connecting line from the inner corner all the way to the outer corner, and then that will cover up any imperfections of when you've put on your eyelashes. And also once the glue does dry on your eyelashes, it dries clear anyway, so it's not going to be as bad as what you think. So once the hardest part is done, I'm just going to go back through and coat my lashes again, just with the same mascara, just to blend it all into the falsies. This just makes them super long, and then I just coat the bottom lashes again, just to extend them a lot more. So normally if you coat your lashes with the first layer of mascara and then add a second coat once they're dry, it will give you a lot more length and thickness. And who wouldn't want longer lashes? I tried really hard not to pull that weird face that you pull when you put mascara on. Alright, so now we're on the home stretch. The eyes are definitely the hardest part, and now it's more for the fun part. So I'm going to be highlighting my face now. So I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills kit. My favorite is definitely Moonstone. I kind of toss up between the Summer and the Moonstone, but I've hit pan already, so you guys can see that that is definitely the favorite. So for this part, I'm just going to grab a big fluffy brush because I kind of want it to be all over my face for when I put the gems and the glitter on. So I'm just going to go in with Moonstone and just cover pretty much all of my under eyes under here with it. So the more highlighter, the better. So there's no really like limits on this part. And you can do like the top of your lip if you like, and like a little bit of your nose if you want as well, just to add that extra sparkle. And then what I do is I literally bring it all the way up to my temples as well. It's pretty glittery, but I'm just going to add a little bit of Fix Plus on my brush just to add even more shine. And then I'm just going to use Summer to go back over the top. I layer this on so much, so it's all about how much you guys actually want to do, and it's all personal preference. I then just go in with Moonstone again and just hit my eyebrow through here and just do any of like the following touches. And then I also highlight in between my eyes through here, and I kind of just bring it down underneath as well, just to add a little bit more glam. And just hit the top of my nose as well if you want to use a smaller brush, and then the top of my lip there. Now we're going to go onto the lips. So I always put my glitter and gems on after I've done the lips. So I'm just going to line this with Whirl. This is by MAC as well. I actually just bring it all over my lip and then just press heavily on the outer edge of my lip. So you guys can use any lipstick or anything for this kind of thing, but I like to use just lip liner. I find that it stays on the longest, so it's another option if you're not really into lipsticks or anything like that. So before I move on, I just have a look at how my eyebrows are sitting with my eyeshadow, and I'll just kind of touch up any little parts that I just want to define a lot more. So I just used the Anastasia Dip Brow for this in the shade Blonde. So I have naturally really thin eyebrows. Actually not naturally, I got them waxed one time and they waxed too much out and they never grew back. So I find that just keeping the color a little bit more lighter, it just keeps it a little bit more softer and more of a natural look if you don't have much to work with at all. I'm just using this angled brush here just to kind of go over it again and again, just to keep it super defined. So now time for the fun part. This is my favorite. So with every festival look, you can kind of dress it up as much as you want, or you can go as simple as you want when it comes to the face gems. So for me, I'm going to be using this piece right here. Beginning Boutique have their very own line of face gems. So this one is a statement piece, so I'll be using that one. You have other options if you want want to go for more of a kind of simpler look, this one I would recommend for you to make up your own design, or you can kind of use less and just have a few random ones on your face or like on your side temples or something like that. They also have this one, which is really cool as well. This one's definitely more of a statement piece, so maybe if your outfit is a little bit more simple and you really want to dress it up, you can go for this one. I think this one is so cute. I was a little bit indecisive on which one I wanted to use because I love this one as well, but this one would also look really cool with just really awesome glam makeup. So these are just sticky. Pretty much you just peel them off and just put them on your face and arrange it however you like. So I'm going to stick the first piece under my eye. So this is the first piece, and it's going to be putting that under my eye through here. You can kind of position it however you want it to look. If you guys find that it's not sticking for you, or you've kind of peeled it off too many times and trying to reposition it and it loses its stick, then use eyelash glue. But initially, if you can just get it to stick the first time, then that's the best option for you guys. And you did it right from the start. So just press down for 5 seconds and then continue to the other side. Next is the glitter. So this is the most fun part for me. Make sure you do it in your bathroom because it does get everywhere. So with the glitter that you can order, sometimes I only give you like a little tub of the gel that sets hard on your face. But for me, I need heaps of it because I go to heaps of festivals, and I'm pretty sure you guys are the same as me. So go to Woolworths or Coles or wherever, use your local kind of supermarket and invest in the VO5 hair gel. So what it does is it sets hard. If you use purple cream or Vaseline or anything like that, it doesn't set hard, so it'll transfer as soon as you touch it or your hair gets in your face or anything like that. So I just use a little brush, and I kind of just sparingly put it all over my face, and I just want to put some glitter all throughout the face gem, so I'm just going to dab all that through. The good thing about this is that it is clear, so you could put so much on and it wouldn't even be noticeable. So it does take about 5 minutes to set hard, but I promise you this stuff is the best, and it's only like $4. I use this for body glitter as well, so if you guys want to do any awesome, really cool glitter pieces on your chest and stuff like that, you can use this as well. So for my pick of glitter, I'm just going to be using a softer pink and probably mixing it with a gold as well. I love how much this just really brings the look to life. It's just that extra mile to get you super festival ready and into the spirit. I think doing this stuff is so much fun. I think going to festivals and being with your friends is literally so much fun, and just listening to live music and dressing up however you want. These days festivals are a little bit more socially accepting in terms of wearing completely whatever you want and doing your makeup and adding like face gems and stuff. Like, you can't really do this stuff when you go shopping, right? So why not just go the extra mile when your occasional festival comes around? So once the pink is done, I'm just going to add a little bit of gold just to add a little bit of dimension to the glitter. So the first glitter I put on has bigger specks in them, and then the second glitter is a lot more smaller. So it kind of just makes it all pop and works really well together. So I'm just trying to make this symmetrical as possible, so making this side pretty much exactly the same as the other side. If it's not completely perfect, it's okay because it's glitter. Glitter isn't always perfect, and plus you don't want it to be either. So that's it for the glitter and the face gem. So now I'm going to move on to the hair. I think my hair looks fine, but I think I just want to add a little bit more of a grungy kind of look into the hair. Since I'm wearing the harness, I just kind of want to match the silver in my hair to the harness. So for me, I love it all matchy-matchy. So if you're wearing kind of a silver top, you want silver earrings and silver hair rings. If you're having a really glittery top that's pink, you kind of want your face glitter to be a little bit more on the pink tone as well. So for me, when I style all the festival fashion on my personal page, or if I'm bringing ideas to the table, it will all kind of loop together and match slightly. So since I have crosses on my ears, I'm going to be putting some crosses on the top braid here. So Beginning Boutique have different hair rings. You can get these in crosses, or you can get them in stars. So both are really beautiful. I think whatever you choose will work. But yeah, I'm going to be using the crosses today because I have crosses on my ears. So pretty much each little ring, it kind of comes with an opening. So I just kind of push it like to the front or to the back just to give a little bit of an opening like this. And then I'll just feed it all through. These hair rings look really good with a side braid as well, so that the crosses can like hang on the side. But it's totally up to you what you guys want to do. But I'm just going to be putting them into the top like this just so they can swing either way. So once you feed it through the braid, just make sure that you close the clasp together, otherwise they'll all fall out when you're jumping around and enjoying the day. So the good things about these hair rings is that the metal on them is really sturdy. So there are some hair rings that you can invest in where the metal itself is a little bit thinner, but they do come loose quite easily. So Beginning Boutique has created these hair rings to be a little bit more sturdier, which is awesome. So these definitely won't come out when you're jumping around if you close them properly. So I've just set the hair rings on either side of the braid. So I've just done like 2 on the left side and then 1 on the right and then 1 on the left again. So it doesn't really matter where they kind of go, just as long as that they sit and they look good on where they sit. But you don't have to be too pedantic on where you place them, just as long as the positioning of them are kind of balanced as so. So this is the finished look. I would recommend this look to any festival. It's pretty versatile. You can kind of dress it up or dress it down, or you can just wear the outfit and get rid of the glitter, or you can just go hard on the glitter and make your outfit even more simple. So it's totally up to you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comments what you think and what kind of festival glitter looks that you would like to see more of. But yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely week, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye!